Okay, so my students this week are going to do a design brief. So it's uh, sometimes not particularly fun adding up all of their requirements. And so one of the reasons I created Foodie was to stop the maths that I was having to do every week. So this is a very simple way to do a design brief or to order food for a design brief. So in my sessions, choose the session when you are doing your design brief. So for me, next Monday, the 24th of August. Click on the pencil and then choose the recipe that is called design brief, design folio, whatever it might be called in your school. There's two different ways you can do this, and I like to do one particular way, and I'll discuss that as I go. So I get each of my 26 students to give me their food order, and then I put them in individually. So I don't do any collating because that's not for me. So I choose the recipe called design brief, design folio in this case, and then I will choose the student who's given it to me. So in this case, it's Matt, and Matt's making a burger. So that's only one student. He doesn't need a dem. I'll add that recipe. And then I will edit Matt's burger order so that he's got some ingredients. So he needs a hamburger roll. He needs one of those. I'll add that. He might need some mince. He can have some kangaroo mince in this case. He can have 100 grams. He might want some lettuce. He can have some an eighth of a lettuce, and he might want a tomato. He can have one. I don't know why there's more than one units of tomato there, but that's okay. He's having a tomato. So this is what Matt needs for his burger. I'll go back to the recipe selection page. I'll choose design folio again. Then I will choose Jenny's. What can Jenny make? Jenny might make some pasta. She's just one student. I'll add the recipe and then I'll edit Jenny. So she might want some pasta for her pasta. Let's give her some bow ties and she could have 60 grams of that. She might want some milk. She might want some full cream milk. She can have 250 mils of milk. She might want some plain flour. To go with that, she might have 10 grams of plain flour. And then she might like some cheese. So let's get her some tasty cheese that she can grate herself, and she can have 40 grams of that. So that's exactly what I need for hers. I'll go back to the recipe selection page and I'll continue doing that for all 26 students. The benefit of doing this is that I'll give my students a cutoff time, and if they haven't done their order by the right time, then they miss out. And I can see exactly who's given me their orders and who hasn't. This also allows me to delete one of the students' orders when they tell me that, oh no, actually miss, sorry, I'm at footy that day or I'm at netball that day, and so therefore you don't need to order food for me. It's very easy for me to delete theirs out. The other way that I could do a design brief is to again click design brief, type 26 for my 26 students, add the recipe, click the pencil, and then add every single thing that I need for that whole entire prac in here. So hamburger rolls, Matt and 4 other students are doing hamburgers, so I'll need 5 of those. And I'll just keep doing that until all of my requirements are in there. And it's finished. But that does rely on you collating everything first rather than just putting them in individually. So 2 ways to do it, but it all relies on this blank design folio recipe. So you are only editing, once you've added it to your session, you are only editing that blank recipe for your one session. So it won't edit it for everybody. It won't change that blank recipe at all for anybody else. It's just for this one teacher, for this one period, on this one date, this one time. So I hope that gives you a bit more of an understanding of how to order food for a design brief. If not, do feel free to send me an email, info@foodorders.com.au.